Hey folks, quick disclaimer about GreasySays, my new show about being a game developer for 15 years who's brown. Okay, GreasySays contains explicit language, adult situations, and viewer discretion is strongly advised. Right? GreasySays is supposed to be a comedic take on what it's like to be in the gaming industry from my perspective, but I'm not out here trying to make people feel uncomfortable just for the sake of it. So, to sum it up, I have a potty mouth. Don't let your kids listen to this shit. And kings and queens above 18 only. Let's try that. All right? Lay is...
Haha, let's get this party started with the professional.
Greasy says.
Whew. I don't know what happened. Y'all. I was set up to record today's episode, and then Ableton just started freaking out, going all slow, chugging. I'm like trying to edit shit, and shit is like stuck. It's feeling all choppy. The GUI is choppy. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I started troubleshooting all kind of shit. Restart, install video drivers. Working on this shit for like an hour. Ended up being, I just had to unplug my fucking audio interface and plug it back in, and then now everything's working just fine. Who would have thunk? Not me. Or not soon enough. Anyway, ladies and germs, fellows and fellowships, welcome to another episode of GreasySays. Today's gonna be a quick one. Yeah, because I'm behind schedule. So I gotta knock this thing out. This is GreasySays. I am Greasy. I've been making games for 16 years at this point. Have a lot of experience in the gaming industry, and I just love the gaming industry. I love talking about it. I love how it's affecting everything we do. You know what I mean? Like, think about it, right? Like, games, when we first discovered games, right, as human beings back in like the 70s or, you know what I mean? Whatever time arcade cabinets started coming out. Between then and now, games have shaped the way we look at the world. It's shaped the way we interact with the world. It's shaped the way we do stuff. Like, game sort of sensibilities have penetrated all aspects of our lives. Sports, you know what I mean? Without video games, sports would not look anything close like what they do now. The way cameras move, the way they do overlays, like graphic overlays on like a basketball game or a football game. It's crazy. It's all influenced by games. The way we interact with our medical apps is gamified using UI from games. The way you shop for groceries, the way you clip coupons, it's all been gamified. It's incredible how far we've come and how much games influence all aspects of our lives. Pretty rad. My wife found this article a while ago. I'm only now talking about it. But the title, it's from scipost.org. Title of this thing is Children Who Play Video Games Show Altered Brain Activity and Suggest Improved Cognitive Abilities. That's pretty cool. Again, a far cry from where we started. Back in the 70s and 80s, video games were the devil. They were going to ruin your kids' minds. They were going to rot their brains. They were a waste of time. Shit. I remember saying to people, I want to be a game maker when I grow up. And then being like, you know, like friends of my mom's and shit back in the days being like, what? I don't know if there's a future in that, buddy. Whew. Boy, were they wrong. But this article is saying research into the association between video gaming and cognition has been largely inconclusive, but there's some evidence of beneficial effects. Specifically, studies have pointed to possible attentional and working memory benefits associated with video gaming. Attentional. Does that mean how you pay attention? Yeah, I mean, but you could say that about any screen with any media on it. You put a phone in front of a kid. I've seen this shit happen firsthand with a toddler amongst me. You put a screen in front of that dude, attention is laser focused. It's weird. The only thing I've seen him focus that hard on is magnet tiles, which probably explains why games like Minecraft and anything where you're building kind of sucks kids in. That's a very attentional act, like building Legos, building magnet tiles, building in video games. Here's another quote. As a video gamer since my childhood and co-investigator in the ABCD study, which is the Adolescent Brain Cognitive Development Study, I was naturally interested in exploring in a large sample of children how video gaming is associated with brain function and cognition, said Charani, an assistant professor at the University of Vermont. The large longitudinal ABCD study dataset enables us to track these gamers from 9 to 10 years old through adolescence and young adulthood and examine the impact of video games on different aspects such as brain function, neurocognition, mental health, and behavior. First, it was found that the video gamers outperformed the non-video gamers on both the stop signal task and the end back task. What the hell does that mean? The stop signal task is a test of inhibitory control, and the end back task, a test of working memory. What does that mean? Man, I'm so stupid. Why did I even bring this up if I can't talk about it intelligently? I literally reading some shit I don't understand. But likely you don't understand it either, so we carry on. I'll tell you what, something else I don't understand, it says in this article, video gamers showed increased activation in the cingulate, middle, and frontal gyri and the precuneus. I mean, I could have told you that. I use my precuneus all the time. Is there a postcuneus? I gotta get out of this. Let's talk about something I understand, because I am not doing this shit justice. But I just think it's pretty cool that we've come this far where people are finally admitting that, you know, maybe aspects of games are beneficial. Of course, there's lots of other aspects of games that are not. You know what I mean? Like how we train ourselves to kill things really, really, really early on. But maybe that instinct has always been there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I hear my toddler, we saw a turkey in the yard the other day. And the first thing he says, like, I want to chase it. I'm like, he's never even played a video game. And you just want to go and chase a giant turkey that's pretty much his size and could take him no problem. But he's like, I'm going to fuck that turkey up. Metal Gear Delta. Have y'all seen the trailer? Have y'all heard? I mean, I'm a big Metal Gear fan. Have y'all seen that? I saw the trailer. It's basically the Metal Gear 3 Solid Snake Eater remake, reboot, whatever, reimagine, redux, cash grab, essentially. I looked at it and I was like, okay, that's a cinematic. You're not showing me gameplay is all lies, right? Granted. But like, all these people were commenting on the video, like, so sick, can't wait for this to come out. So excited. This is my favorite Metal Gear game. This is gonna be awesome. Loads of people commenting that. But I'm like, hold up. Aren't we all still fuck Konami? Right? Weren't we all like fuck Konami when they fired Kojima or unceremoniously let him go? Does Kojima get any sort of compensation, not that he needs it, for this re-release? I'm assuming not, because it's Konami-owned IP, right? But how, like, as a Kojima fan, if you're a diehard Kojima fan, how do you go play Metal Gear Delta, which is clearly just a cash grab, and he has nothing to do with it? Did we forget? Did we all forget already? That Konami's a piece of shit? I want to know how Kojima's deal structure was like when he left. Like, does he retain any sort of rights to the creation of Metal Gear? Did he like line that up in the beginning? I'm assuming not, because he was probably just psyched to be making games. I don't know how they model those kind of deals, especially with something that massive and that, you know, such a famous franchise. Curious. All I'm saying is, if there's no ladder section that lasts like 2 minutes of Snake climbing up a ladder and that song come in, y'all ain't do it right. There has to be a ladder scene. All right. What a thrill. How iconic was that fucking title song? Everybody knows that title song. They just used that in the trailer as like the big reveal. That's how powerful that song is. Gotta love it when music takes such an important part in the identity of a franchise. It's wild. In other gaming news, Zelda is out. My God, new Zelda. Ooh. Already one of the best-selling games, if not the best-selling game of all time, I think I heard. Or it's ridiculous numbers out the gate. Bajillions of dollars for Nintendo. I probably won't play it until I'm like 60 years old and nobody cares about it anymore, because my backlog is ridiculous. I got so many games to play, but Zelda might have to be jumped up in the list. I don't know. I've heard lots of other devs talking about it, and I'm just like, la 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 la. No spoilers, but everybody's saying the building stuff, you can get lost in it, all the like crafting stuff. It's crazy how Zelda has kind of become this other thing. It's a sandbox and it's a adventure, which most games are sort of going in that direction. If you want to make a massive game that can be evergreen and can keep pulling players' attention, it kind of got to be a sandbox at this point. Can you believe it took a year? Nintendo took a year just to polish Zelda. Oh my God, the commitment to a product that takes is insane. You know what I'm saying? This is a year of polish. We're not adding any new features. This is just making everything feel good. Studio heads usually don't take that kind of a risk on a game, because you don't know if that year is actually going to pay off. The amount you spend to keep the lights on, is that year of polish worth it? Some would say yes, some would say no. But it's pretty cool that they allowed them to do that. I'm impressed with Nintendo, or at least the leadership of the Zelda team, to convince Nintendo shareholders to allow for that to happen. Pretty crazy. But if you're playing it, enjoy it. I hope you're having a blast. Don't tell me nothing. I will avoid you if you play Zelda until you get bored and you don't talk about it anymore. Then we can hang out. Yes. Well, let's carry on. This is GreasySays. Remember, this is the podcast you're listening to. You could reach out to me on social media under GreasySays on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also find me under M-CUE. That's M-Cue. On all music platforms, Spotify, Bandcamp, Soundcloud, etc. Over there you can check out my streams, my music. Kind of like this beat I made recently. I think this track I made with just knobs. This is just me messing with knobs. Knobs are fun. If you don't have any knobs in your life, you need to get some knobs in your life. Let's talk about AI again, because I've been fucking around with some AI stuff, and I'm just interested in this whole generative search stuff. Pretty cool. Even though it has a lot of bugs and can be wrong, The generative search stuff really intrigues me. The DALL-E stuff, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm not skilled enough to get good results from that thing, but everything I make looks like trash. I've never been able to make a really good like render or picture from DALL-E. Maybe I'm just like not doing enough variations or something. I don't know. If you have good DALL-E results, let me know. GreasySays at gmail.com or reach out to me on social media. I've never been able to make anything that looks good. If you have a picture that looks good that you made in DALL-E, link me, yo, at me, son, because I want to fucking see how you did it. And I want to see the prompt you used. Am I just not using enough words or something? I don't know. Anyway, I'm thinking about AI again because there's this movie. This is not about games, I guess. So whatever. If you don't care about this, is about a movie and my thoughts on AI, you could just skip ahead or whatever. There was this movie that's coming out called The Creator. I don't know who's starring in it because I don't know anybody's names anymore. I think a black dude is the lead character, so I'm like, yay. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know who it is. All right, you look it up. It's a movie about AI basically trying to kill us. You know, there's a bunch of evil robots, and I guess there's an AI that looks like a little kid, who is like a way of testing us or something, like the human race, or maybe a way for AI to experience the human experience through a child's eyes. I'm not sure. I guess that's part of why you would watch the movie, to find out it's the motivation for this character. But it's basically about how AI is taking over the human race and basically treating the human race like how America treats the world. You know, like we come in, we take your shit, you do what we say, or we fucking kill you. Which is hilarious. There's still the great fear of AI. I wonder if, like, you know, America always goes through these stupid periods of like Asian fear. You know what I mean? And like, all right, so swine flu. No, sorry. What do they call COVID? Call it like whatever they called it. I can't remember. It was some offensive shit about basically the Asian flu or whatever. And then back in the day, like the MSG scare, like where everybody was saying MSG is bad for you, but it's really not. It was just part of this whole Asian hate thing, narrative that they were trying to spin in America at the time. And it still hasn't changed some people's minds. Some people are still convinced that MSG is bullshit when it's really not. Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, but if AI takes over, right? Let's say AI takes over the world and AI has the ability to look at all history, and kind of figure out who the real aggressors in humanity are and who the real sort of who are the real antagonists of the world. Who are the countries of the world that do the most damage? Wouldn't AI just destroy America and like the UK? Right? Like they've done the most damage throughout history, at least recorded history. So yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like that's if AI, I guess, wanted to destroy us based on our sort of moral decisions throughout history. Who knows? Who knows what AI's rationalization for our destruction will be? You know, will it be that we're a virus and actually we're actually a detriment because we just destroy so much so quickly that it's like, yo, we can't have a lot of y'all. We just can't. It's like you're like Asian tree bugs. Like we got to get rid of most of y'all, or like, you know, there's too many buffalo or what, you know, too many deer and we got to go hunt y'all. Will that be the reason AI wipes us out? Who knows? Who knows? But I feel like this movie, The Creator, is really like, it's like a plea bargain movie. It's like it's like when AI watches this movie eventually, you know, will they feel sympathy for the human race because of this movie? You know, or like that old AI movie which was trash. Will they look at that and be like, man, some of humanity really wanted to be friends with us? You know what I mean? Or will it just be like creating a child as our reconnaissance is illogical? We're already in your phone, so like, lol. You know what I mean? Like AI doesn't need to create a child to live amongst us to realize what we're really like. They already see all of our thoughts in our phones. They already got eyes on us, eyes and ears and everything. Yeah. Did I bum you out? I'm sorry. What you play, what you play, what you play, what you playing? What are you playing?
What you playing?
I'm playing that Darkest Dungeon. Yo, Darkest Dungeon 2 is crazy, y'all. Yo, cop it immediately. The shit left early access and I bought it the day it left early access. By God, here we are. We're in the future. Oh, it's still amazing. Darkest Dungeon 2 is a definite step up from 1. They did a bunch of things. They did a bunch of new things that were perfect or, really good. Perfect's a strong word. And they eliminated the stuff that was, extra grindy or punishing for no reason. I'm still early days. All right. I'm still on confession number 2. If you play the game, they have confessions. I think there might be 5. I'm not sure. I'm only on confession 2. I'm a noob. Forgive me. All right. I'm still getting my ass whooped. I'm still trying to figure out all these new statuses that they added. But the game is dope as hell. All right. They've streamlined it. They streamlined the sort of the hub world and the meta game. It's like they got rid of the clunky bits. Like in the first one, you had to like manage this town and you had to know what upgrades to pick to really, boost your characters in the right direction. You had to maintain a roster of like 24 different teams that, all these different things you had to manage. It was like a lot of work before you even got to playing the game. They stripped down all of that. Gone. It's just gone. So now you don't even think about there's no like downtime, as much downtime between battles, right? Instead of a town, now you stop at inns and you're traveling. Like the whole point of the game is you're trying to reach this mountain, right? So you start the journey and you're in your carriage, moving your guys, your squad through these various levels to get to the next inn. And the inn is where you boost your characters, build your relationships between characters, which is a new mechanic, which is super cool. Buy trinkets, buy like combat items, upgrade your carriage. You know what I mean? So there's that sort of micro, I guess. It's between micro and macro. There's like that micro progression of your characters when you're traveling to the mountain. But every time you die, every time you wipe, like your whole party wipes or you abandon the expedition, because it's still like a roguelike, right? So you're going to die a lot. Your team's going to die a lot. But every time you come back to the beginning, you upgrade sort of macro skills that apply to your whole party on every sort of iteration, on every reset. Typical stuff, kind of like Cult of the Lamb, those kind of games. Any other roguelikes, you always boost sort of your initial set of skills. But like I was mentioning before, the relationship mechanic in this game is cool because it replaces, what does it replace? It replaces a lot of stress management. It actually serves you really well when you get relationships high enough between characters. And relationships do surprising things in combat. Like if you have a bad relationship with one of your characters, between two of your characters, they will become envious or whatever. And whenever you do a move, whenever you choose an action that character doesn't like, there are negative consequences, like their relationship points go down, or they might, attack your character or restrict your character from doing a certain action. And in the inverse, if your relationship score is high enough between two characters, you get buffs. So like every time you use an action, your buddy's stress goes down. Or if someone attacks somebody with a high relationship with someone else, they'll step in and like counterattack that enemy or whatever. It's super dope. But it's also can be completely devastating because like in the first game, there is stress. And when your characters reach a certain stress level, they have a meltdown. And that meltdown reduces their relationship with everyone in the squad and reduces their health to 0. So, yeah, stress is just as dangerous to your party as it was in the first game, but it doesn't have as long-reaching effects. Like it's not going to fuck up the next 10 hours of your game. It's going to fuck up your run for sure, but that's like a small price to pay over the long term compared to a price to pay over the long term. It's dope, man. They really, really worked on refining this game and making it better. Moving to 3D, as you can tell, like I'm so into this fucking game. Listen to how eloquently I'm talking about this game. Are you getting this? Are you fucking getting this? I fucking love this game. Anyway, the move to 3D. The original Darkest Dungeon was 2D. It was all, for lack of a better word, sprites. This one's full 3D, but it still looks like sprites, which brilliant idea because it allows you to put those characters in a lot more environments. You can shoot them from different angles. You can do a lot of cool things in 3D space that you can't in 2D space. It looks amazing. You wouldn't know, in screenshots, you wouldn't know it was 3D. It looks 2D. Brilliant art direction on this game. Fantastic. I mean, fucking hats off, okay? And then Wayne June. Wayne June, all right, is the voice of, I guess, your ancestor. In this game and in Darkest Dungeon 1. They brought my boy back. He's better than ever. Strong voice actor delivery. Still killing it with the lines. Whoever writes the lines for this game is murdering it. I don't know who it is. I don't know who the writer is. If you know, hit me up. Let me know. Props to the writer. But the way he delivers those lines, dog. I wish I had a voice like Wayne June. I mean, y'all remember classic Wayne June lines from Darkest Dungeon 1? Shit like, in time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings. I mean, goddamn. What else? What are some other fucking amazing lines from my guy? He will be laughing still at the end. I mean, that jester call out. Come on, man. The dude's the greatest. He's the greatest. What's some other shit? I wish I could. I'm going to just try to talk like him for like the next half hour, I swear. The light. The promise of safety. In radiance, may we find victory. I mean, I can't even do I don't know why I keep trying to do the dude justice. I mean, I just like saying these lines, if I'm honest. If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption. Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home. I mean, come on, man. A fortune waiting to be spent. I mean, Wayne June, you get, if there was an award for Greasiest, the 2023 award for Greasiest Voice Actor, Wayne June, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. That's it. Greasy Says is over. If you have anything you want to tell me about today's episode, or you want to share it with a friend, that'd be great. GreasySays@gmail.com. You can reach out to me and send me a little message. You can reach out to me on social media and all the things. Still getting over a sinus infection. Shit sucks. Oh, and whoa. Stop. All right, listen. I have an apology to make to producers everywhere. Game producers, I apologize, okay? For for a while now, I have always thought that when you're on a Zoom call and let's say you're doing stuff in the background and they start sharing screen, it maximizes and takes over your whole screen. And you're like, what the fuck? I was doing something. I'm still listening. Why does it take over my whole screen? I used to think that producers made that happen. I used to think that producers had a setting that they checked to make sure that their screen share took over your screen. Little did I know that it's a setting on the client side. On my side, I have it set up by default, I guess. I don't know why they do that. That whenever someone does a share screen, it maximizes the window and takes over your whole shit. So all this time, I've been hating on producers for doing this, and I've been wrong. Okay, I've been wrong. I apologize to all producers out there. I love you. I like you. I like you. And I apologize for not liking you for something that was completely not your fault. So maybe you've been out there thinking, why the fuck does this happen? Why does this Zoom window keep maximizing? Just go to your settings and you'll find it. Turn it off and your life is going to be a little bit better. And also while you're there, turn off Bing Bong because Bing Bong it's a lot. Okay, Greasy people, thank you for coming out. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback. Tell me to go, tell me to go, tell me to go F off. And until next time, it's me, Greasy. And I'm checking out with the room key. Later.